I don't know if you heard the news, but our Lord and Savior, the Spiked Mines, just got a massive buff. And to showcase it, we're going to try to beat Workshop Chimps with it. Just to make the start a little bit easier for myself, I think we'll do Sada and try to ride her, wording, until we maybe can afford a Spike Factory. Although I guess Sada doesn't work on this map solo. I guess I'm not caught up with the Workshop meta, but you can't start with Sada, so we'll do 3 darts instead that I probably have to target, yeah. Okay, strong, and that's much better, finally. Not sure if I should just change out Sada, considering I can't start with her in the first place. That's usually the reason why you want a Sada start, so that you can start with her. But oh well, I'm pretty sure with, like, again, the main strategy I'm going to do here is going to be a Spiked Balls Showcase, or Spiked Mines. So the strategy would just be to spam a bunch of Spiked Mines in the back, and I feel like, yeah, the hero doesn't really matter too much. I don't think there's one hero that would buff the Spiked Mines an extreme amount, like, unlike stuff, you know, combos like Striker Jones plus bombs, a Brickle plus water towers. I think Spiked Mines can do just fine without, like, a hero to help out. Anyways, I think if we beat round 10 here, we can get Sod in the corner. But yeah, in the meantime, let me go over what got changed with the Spike Balls, or Spike Mines. So first off, the Pierce. This thing inadvertently got nerfed because of the recent Spike Balls nerf. When I mean recent, I mean like many months ago, but they nerfed the Pierce along with the Spike Mine, so now that is up by a whopping, doing some quick math, 67%. Yep, that's right. 67% more balloons it can handle. However, with that has to come some nerfs, and they did nerf one thing. The Explosion Pierce is down from 40 to 30, but if you think about it, the Spike Mines isn't really getting Pierce capped a lot of time anyways, especially when you get past round 80 when Super Cerams exist. You're likely not going to be getting 40 balloons with a single explosion, and I'm just $100 short of a Spike Factory. Let me just see if I'm able to Sniper this round. Hopefully that's enough. Sniper can build until like main mode later in the game to help as supporting my Spike Mines, but yeah. Since the Spike Mines is barely getting 40 Pierce for each explosion anyways, dropping down to 30 is most of the time a non-nerf. And on top of that, they added one more buff to it, as if that wasn't enough already. The DOT is up from 1 to 10, which sounds insane, but the thing is, I guess you're not really using the Spike Mines for the damage over time Brony effect. You still want them at the back of the track, in which case the balloons are going to pop so fast that you're barely going to get damage over time on them. Anyways, let me just see if I can quickly drop a Spike Factory over here to clean up the yellows. Thank you very much. And now I think we can finally get the ball rolling. Bigger stacks, and we can probably just rush a Spike Balls ASAP, because that's still decent despite the nerfs. But yeah, again, I wonder with the DOT change, is it worth it to go for like a DPS Spike Mines? My answer to that is probably no. But honestly, I might just be forced to put Spike Mines, or have Spikes drop in the front of the track anyways, because you see, Workshop doesn't have a lot of space for Spike Factories. You can put 4 of them over here. That's my plan at the moment. My plan is also to go for a discount village, because I am a greedy mofo. You guys already know already. So let me just make sure I have enough space for that. And some more Spike Factories here. Perfect. So we're starting the discounts really early today. For round 28, I think Sada can probably get all the LEDs in this round. And I'll just get Whiteout Spikes in advance for round 30, because I don't think the cooldown comes up, does it? Crap. I might have just messed up a little bit here, yeah. Okay, no, I got it in time. I just spammed it. I don't know if there's enough spikes here. I definitely shouldn't have... Okay, I shouldn't have done that. When the greed goes too far, I can buy faster production in the middle of the round. Come on. Still is a chance it could work. Ooh, okay, I might just gotta spend, like, a motor or something. Actually, I'm stupid. I can just buy a full metal jacket, duh. Well, no harm then. Going for the discount village. Again, I'm only gonna do one of them because I'm space limited. Let's just do 2-1-0 and then try to save 2k for Spike Balls. So there it is, Spike Balls. I guess Sada was still not a bad choice because she's still really good early game. That allows us to not have to build other random crap, but okay. Here is a problem. For the start of rounds where there's no Spike Balls, we have to make sure to have a Sada ability on hand. And of course, I won't forget the Alchemist buff on the Spike Balls. That increased the power of it just so much. Again, ideally, I don't want to use any of these things because I want them cheaper for the end of the game. So how about for round 40 here? Does Spike Balls actually beat the Moab? I do have 3,500, but let me see if I can time the Sada ability perfectly. Nope. Let's do now. Oh, that was absolutely beautiful. She just handcuffed the Moab. I wish I was that Moab. Okay, I'll stop now. We shall see if we can go for Spike Balls or Spike Mine straight up now, because that would be huge. Getting the extra Pierce. Feel like I can definitely feel the Spike Balls nerf compared to previous updates. It's not holding as many balloons, that's for sure. Everything looks good though, right? I'll use another Solid Ability just to be sure that, again, nothing gets through while the round is, you know, just started. And there it is. Spike Mines, I'm curious how long just like one outbuffed one can survive for. It should come as no surprise that it's going to easily beat all the blooming rounds here. I think the only problem is like Moabs. Like, this thing gets extra damage to Spike Mines, but it actually doesn't get extra mob damage. Fun fact, but you saw there again, the extra pierce of it does technically increase mob damage, so yeah. Easy. And now let's just go ahead and fast forward and see like when this Spike Mines, or one of them, will fall behind to. 55 was close. This part's probably close, so I'll use a Sod ability. 57. Ladies and gents, we have $25,000 saved up. That's pretty good. Especially when we're talking about extra map here. That's probably enough to like afford a tier 5 tower if I want to. But again, it's Spike Balls or Spike Mines Supremacy season. So none of that. House 63, by the way. Oof. What if I just use a sword charge to start this round then see if there's enough spikes built up for wave 2. And wave 3 looks good for wave 2. And yeah, all we needed was more build up. And easy. Alright, I think we should stop playing around though. Yep, 64 is a little bit too hard. With this money, I can buy like 2 Spike Mines straight up. Yep, almost exactly 2 more. I can buy faster production mid-round. Some of the spikes are landing on the wrong side, but that's not going to be a big deal. Even if the spikes time out, don't forget that with the Spike Mines, that there is an explosion effect. So if a balloon is nearby enough when one of the spikes time out, then at least we can still get some extra burny damage in. Not the worst thing in the world. This is my 4th Spike Mines, by the way. I'm not sure if I want to stop here, because honestly, if I stop here and just go pure support, it's kind of early. So I might just continue building more spiked mines up here. Maybe, I think an outbuff with a village can probably reach this 4th one, because right now this outbuff can only, you know, buff the nearest 3 at a time. Here's 75, by the way. 3 BFEs, not a problem. Again, even if you take into account if it's using up its max pierce or not, it's still an overall buff, because the pierce nerf is like, it's a 25% pierce nerf, right? But you get 67% more spikes, so it's almost always going to be a buff no matter what way you look at it. And don't mind Spike Mines just plowing through round 79. I wonder how it does against the ZMG. What if I don't use any of the workshop abilities here? It's pretty close, but somehow it's enough. Again, because it's a low stakes game with challenge editor, I will just not buy defense until we lose to something. Because I don't know about you, but it's fun for me to see how much money a weird unconventional defense can save up. We got up to 25k in the 60s, and now we're already up to like 35. 84 here looks close. I'll use 1 leaping sword, or that's probably the end. So this was the extra setup I had in hand. If I go for another 400 outbuff and another Spike Mines, I know a lot of the spikes here are just gonna not be used at all. But I think us being with outbuff this one on the bottom here, wait for it, yep. See it right here? That's probably good enough, but I should also probably go for like some support options at some point. Like, you know, I wanted Moab Glue, I wanted May Moab. Looks like the extra Spike Mines and the outbuff is enough to be 84 though, so cool. I originally said I was going to do 1 discount village, now I've suddenly got 3 of them, all outside of each other. That's because I couldn't really find a way to encompass all of them, because I want to save money on this thing. So let's just go for the main mob like right away. That'll be our first option. A lot of ZMGs here. Let's see if the stun is enough for the main Moab. I probably gotta redo this, right? Yeah, I gotta redo it, but it's pretty close. So I can thread the needle with a mob glue here. Get a fat 013. Don't forget too that because I'm getting stuns and slows, Sada gets a lot of increased damage, especially with like the leaping sword, so I should make sure to use that. And there we go. Easy. I feel like main mob is a great combo because you wanna, if you clump the balloons, it's actually better for Spike Mines because of that, you know, explosion. Yeah, we stand synergies, alright. Use another Sada for 88 and 88 there. Things are looking a lot smoother now that we got the support options, and I still have 10 more rounds to build even more support. I think if I have the money, I might try for an absolute 0. I've been using it as a support option a lot recently because it's a lot of fun. Not just a lot of fun, but also very good. And again, main mob coming in clutch. It's so satisfying seeing like a giant clump of ZMDs try to make their way through this Spike Mines pile, but they just don't have any chance here. So there's 24k. Do I put it here or down here? I'll do over here instead. I can't afford it actually, but I will be able to afford it really soon. Let's see if I want a snowstorm. Yeah, I'm dead though. Okay, so let me see how I want to play this out then. So we got a bunch of ZMGs left. It just might be that there's too many of them. I'll use a snowstorm now to possibly help out. Leaping sword. Sada sword charge. Nope. Okay. Okay, let me go for a mob press first then. Before absolute 0. I can still get the snowstorm too while I'm at it. I think the problem here is that the BFBs are eating too much of spike piles, and the ZMGs are still moving a little bit too fast, seeing how it's only just one main multiplying out right now. Let's use freeze here. Sword charge. Oh, that is really close. How is this run looking? Sword charge or leaping sword? Use level 10. There we go, much better, much better. And I think round 95 here gives us enough money and does not have a lot of RB that's not really threatening, and I can get absolute 0. And I think we are set now. Again, with the permanent 50% slow and the mole press and the main mode, look at this. We're gonna get these EMGs down to BFBs by the time they get to the spike mines, which should make things, again, much easier for us. Yep. And then we got this to the bag, folks. You know, the biggest flex of them all would be if I can beat Workshop without using any of the motors or the extensions. That's how you know how broken a strategy is when... I mean, I know some of you guys think I'm a pretty good player, but I'm actually... My name actually stands for I suck at battles. Fun little fact for those who are new to the channel, but you can also interchange battles with balloons, so yeah, I'm actually pretty bad, so the fact that I can do stuff like this... I mean, Spike Mines needs massive nerfs. I'll use Leaping Sword here. Yeah, it's looking good. No complaints. Another absolute 0. Okay, maybe I should... I'll use a Leaping Sword here, or Sword Charge. There we go. Wasn't even close, guys. Wasn't even close. Crap. I will Leaping Sword here. I don't have an absolute 0. That's what's killing me. Okay, how about we just try a Snowstorm? Because I think that cooldown comes up before I get the absolute 0 up. So come on. I'll use Leaping Sword here. Press 4. Got it. And this should be it. Yep. All we needed was a slowdown. And here we go. I don't know if you have enough bad damage here, but it would be pretty sick if it did. I guess here's the time where I probably have to use extensions. Yeah. Like, extensions would give us so much more time to pop bat here, so... Okay, maybe I'll give into one of them. But before then, let's try just one more idea. That idea would, of course, be an Alp-buffed Spike Storm. Although, I'm pretty sure it's gonna land in the exact wrong spots. 3,000 damage? Yeah, okay. We'll use extensions. I flexed a little bit too hard here. I'm even flexing, but not even using the slowdown. Yes, by the way, this motor does slow down the bad. I think we should be good, though. We'll use a Spike Storm here to get, again, 3,000 damage, and this should turn in, right? Okay, perfect. And yep, it's gonna pop. So we got an absolute 0 the moment they show up, and that should pretty much do it, right? Yes, sir. And that, folks, is an expert map on chimps done fairly easily. Started leadingly with 700k pops. But again, I think the real cure work was a 5 Spike Mine tier, because this was easy. In fact, I think this might even be the better upgrade than Spike Balls now, although I haven't tested Spike Balls, but damn, that was really good. Hope you enjoyed, and I bet after seeing this, a lot of you are probably gonna start using Spike Mines in your runs too. It's pretty fun, not gonna lie. You know, I vowed myself never to play Pat's Pond again, but for this one time I will, and that's because I want to showcase a balance change on a difficult map. And that is with the Middle Path Wizard Tier 4 and Tier 5, that is why I also have Gwen, so that we can use her with those wizards for a nice synergy. So, Pat's Pond Chimps. We'll see if a strategy revolving those buff towers can still work on a map as awkward as this. Now, before that, I need to start with probably Dart and Sub. Something like this will do for the early game, but yeah. Here are the patch notes for the wizards. On the screen right now, Dragon's Breath's DOT has been doubled from 1 to 2, and the Dragon's Breath now fires 2 projectiles. And the only thing they did to compensate, aka nerf, is with a Pierce, just from 4 to 3. Also, in other news, Summon Phoenix ability projectile speed is a little bit faster, not really that significant, but the same thing applies to the Tier 5s too. The Dragon's Breath is much stronger on the Wizard, on top of shooting a triplet of projectiles to, well, nerf the damage and Pierce to compensate, but still. I'd say this is an overall buff, and that's kind of crazy, because I never thought that middle pads were underpowered. In fact, Ninja Kiwi nerfed these guys quite a few times. Like, the Phoenix ability itself used to only cost, like, what, $6,000? Now it's, 7.5. Also, this round I'll try to drop Gwendolin down. Yep, we got Gwendolin time. Right over here. And that wasn't so bad, eh? Because I'm gonna need Gwendolin to carry the early game. Because wizards aren't gonna be very good on Pat's Pond. I know Wall of Fire exists, but it's super sketchy because it doesn't have full uptime. And so I think only once I get a Dragon's Breath will I be clear for early game. But for now, Gwen's good, because I can also have her cocktail ability help throw stuff in the intersection. But aside from doing simple math, here is why this change is a buff. That is because multiple projectiles don't take away more alp buffs, or rather, more projectiles just makes buffing them better, as opposed to a single projectile high damage attack. So stuff like, I don't know, Blue Storm, anything that gives plus damage will be much better. Also, for this round here, I'm just gonna drop a 0-1-0 Wizard on the left side. And how about a Cocktail? Just for the pink balloons that come in. And we are good. I will not compensate with a Wallfire over here, but as you will see, it'll probably leak several balloons, depending on what's up here. Like, the problem is, like, when the round ends, the Wallfire disappears and doesn't come back immediately. It still waits the initial cooldown, which is so sad. You can see it right here. Wallfire up, round ends. Where's Wallfire? Wallfire.exe has not been found. I think I'll have the Cocktail here just to survive 22. So that's why I badly need the D-Breath. Otherwise, I'm going to rely on a lot of RNG of when the round ends. Although, actually, if I retry last round, that fixes everything. But obviously, this is not good if you're trying to Black Border Pat Spawn. And if you are trying to do that, then good luck to you. Because this is not going to be a Black Border guide. As I showed you at the start, I have already Black Bordered this map. Definitely not trying that now, though. Also, oh, purples. Okay, I got 2k to work with this round. See what cheap thing can get me out of this. I don't think you can ever go wrong with Airburst. It is a bit pricey with 1.5k, but you don't get anything better for that price at least. So just that for now. Don't know if I want to buy Intel, because, I mean, everything's blocked, so what's the point even? I think just this thing doing good damage should do. Yep, so far so good. Also, is it just me, or is Pat Spawn really not that bad? Because I got Dragon's Breath out, and that was really not much of an issue, really. Oh, crap. Bad news, though. I think I messed up, and I should not have bought the D-Breath last round, because, as you see, I now don't have enough money for camo protection. GG. Report me for throwing. The Cocktail will help, but yeah, let's not buy the D-Breath last round. That being said, what is the cheapest camo popping for 33? Let's see if a 022 is enough to do the job. Because yeah, this way I'd still be able to afford the D-Breath next round. Just making sure the Wallfire uptime is there for the yellows. Missed the right side, I think. How about a Cocktail right over here then? Yep. That was probably that yellow that leaked. There we go. And D-Breath now. And easy early game. As you can see, it does not matter where you place Gwen on the map or the other towers. Every fiery tower will receive a 10% attack buff from Gwendolin, which will be up to 20% when she gets like something like level 18. Hence, Gwen best hero, and let me just see what I could do to beat round 40 easily, if anything at all. How much HP does the 1 D-Breath take away? Not a whole lot. Don't mind me as I spend all my money, literally 0 cash, for a Discount Village and another D-Breath on this side, and that should clean up nicely. I just wanted 2 D-Breaths on, or 1 D-Breath on each side, just so that we'd have permanent defense before we get Sun Phoenix up. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go for it right now. And also, just for camo purples, I think I have to buy this, right? That should deal with all of them just fine. I am ecstatic to see how the new improved Sun Phoenix is, though. Like, the fact that it's more reliable as a permanent terror now is just massive. It's not, again, double damage, because you have to take into account the fact that Wallfire also does damage, and the fact that it has less pierce, but still. It's pretty sizable, and part of what I want to really see with this guy is how much money I can save up, because that's kind of the point of, I think, Middle Path Wizards in Chimps mode. If you're not talking about Wizard Phoenix, is it's supposed to be a good mid-game, so you should, in theory, save up tens of thousands of dollars in cash before needing to, like, get something else, or, like, save up for that tier 5 that you really want. That might cost, like, $50,000. So with that said, don't mind me as I do what I said I would do and outbuff the Summon Phoenix. Maybe a tier 4 if I want to, but for now, I just want to see if 1 Phoenix with an outbuff can hold. Like, how little defense do I need to even save up for the Wizard Phoenix? Can I do it with this little? That would be kind of crazy, but I feel like we're good against everything, once again, except for purples. And even with that, I think we're good. Like, right now, I think it's crazy, the amount of value you get out of just 7.5k. The fact that you get a very strong ability that can last a lot of the time. Also, I'm just checking. If I just use Gwen's Cocktail there, I'm not sure if I would have survived without it, but I just did to make sure. Even if it didn't survive, the D-Breath would have done, well, a lot to help out, I feel like. And here's what I was talking about. Purple's coming in instantly, meaning, what's something cheap that I could add to guarantee I defend all this? Definitely not a Phoenix. I mean, I guess I could just do this. $3,000 for, like, Reactor. And that'll do it all. And with that, I could also probably... Oh, I still died. Oh, I know why. It's because the purple's... Like, this thing is useless here. That makes a lot of sense. So I still need to use... I think I gotta use Phoenix just so... it hopefully lands in the right spot. Nope. Here's what then. Let's add 1-1-0-0 Alchemist here. Just to pop some purples. We still obviously need a lot of help, but... Oh, also, why is the Phoenix not... It took its first, it looks like. That's why it was right next to the balloons, but it did nothing. Let's just hope it lasts long enough, please. Nope, Phoenix is targeting the wrong thing, but it's actually... It's holding. Just, one more mob here to go. Do I use Cocktail here? Yeah, I will. That was clutch. But I'm probably dead to the... Oh, I'm dead here. Let's try an out buff real quick. But I think it's over. Nope, I gotta spend a lot of money this round. You know what, in this case, I think we'll commit to a full Phoenix defense for the mid-game. 2 Phoenixes. That should buy us, like, a whole lot of uptime. And so we should... This should absolutely hold until around 80. If it doesn't, I'll be disappointed. Because this is a pretty solid foundation. So here's the second Phoenix, just so it works on the F mob 2. Man, that targeting is kind of whack, not gonna lie. But it is going to be enough, right? Yep. Let's see if we need anything for 63. Or does the Alpha Phoenix hold? Yeah. Holds pretty well. I barely even noticed the reduced Pierce. It's kind of crazy that we don't even need, like, any ability. This is just enough. If there's one thing I'm surprised by, though, it's that the mob damage is pretty bad. Which I guess makes sense. The Dragon's Breaths don't get increased mob damage. It only works with the, well, Alchemist for extra damage. But that's okay, because that's what the Phoenixes are for, right? Ooh, that was close. If I'm looking at this carefully, how much does 1 Phoenix have for uptime? Wow, pretty much exactly half. So yes, if we balance everything correctly, we should have 1 permanent Phoenix on the field at all times. I forgot to mention this earlier as well, but Gwendolin got several buffs, although they're not very significant. I'll just show you right now. It's basically to the Heated Up. The Heated Up does more damage, as in, I think when it activates, you see that fiery ring effect that happens once. I think that's the buff they were talking about. It does more damage now, but I think it's mostly a Nothing Burger buff, because what good is that, like, that buff if it barely happens? It does happen more frequently now, but still, on a map like this, for example, it's hard to time it properly, so I'm not going to worry about that change all too much. And all things considered, we are on pace to afford Wizard Phoenix by round 80. Let's just, again, make sure that we have Phoenix, especially for these rounds here. 75 is tough. So the moment that time's out, use a new one. You know what? No, I'll use another one over here. That, F-Mob was scary. And how about for the, Cerams? No problem. And now for the 78 wave. Wow, we don't even need the ability there either. That's a denser wave than 63. Just in case you guys didn't know. And I just used a Phoenix because purples might cock block us for this wave, so I think I will probably need it just to be super safe. Oh yeah, see? I used both of them, I still died. In that case then, I have the perfect solution. Just use that ability. The, what do you call it? I forgot what it's called. Sorry, Gwen, but the thing that sets everything on fire. Holy crap. How did that get through? We are so close to WLP, but I think the way the money is, I'm actually going to only afford it at the start of 81. So hopefully this battered defense can hold on for then. I'll use probably just 1 cocktail. That's not gonna be enough, right? Nope. Okay, let me spam the Phoenixes first. How does that sound? Yep, just spam off cooldown. And then cocktail now. And... come on. Nice. $800 to go. But I think here's where things get difficult, because these T-Brats don't get extra, well, super surrounding damage. But I need this soon. So that, wait, I'll just use this here. I'm probably dead, right? I knew it. I saw that leaking on the left side, but nothing I can do there. Just need to make $800, come on. If you get that, then our main wizard is stronger, as you see. But now we keep dying again. This is bad. How about I unsubmerge this? I don't know if that helps, but who knows, it might. And I'll use level 10 here. Please don't die. Please, please, please. Okay, we're not dead, but I'm probably dead here. Yeah, it's just the money's not there. That's so unlucky. Okay, desperate times call for desperate measures. Let me just try starting the round with the Phoenix in a different, like, angle positioning. But since it always targets first, I don't think that will really help. But who knows? Come on, I want to target these though. I need to survive this without... Okay, I did it. I need to see a level 10 for this part here. So now. Now? Is that too late, though? Still it's too late. Come on, let me spam off cooldown. Another Phoenix. Got it? Please. We have it up now. The triple D breath. Triple D breath go. I think it's holding. We'll drop a level 3 cocktail. From a Phoenix holding as well. And son of a gun. We got out of that. Like, if I had spent any more money, I think I would have had to keep pushing, like, when I forward everything back. Which would not have been a fun time, but thankfully pull through. I think at minimum, sure, why not stronger stim the triple D breath? What else do I want to add now? Well, probably some glue, because you see that one ceramic, just one will still screw us over because of the way everything is targeting. Like, even with the Wizard Phoenix, it's not a guaranteed win, especially on a map as awkward as Pat's Pond. So, let's reinforce our defense with at least a Mohawk Blue, I'd say. Yeah, Mohawk Blue, good choice, because I want to keep everything in this chokehold kill over here. Let's try to get as little things leaking, like, to the bottom left as possible, so that I can leave this part, well, a bit more barren. So far, I'd say everything is looking good. No need to use any abilities for ZMGs, so that's a good sign. I don't know if you guys all agree with this, but I think a lot of people in this game don't like towers where it's all about their ability timing, and when it's off, like, cooldown, and it's a weak tower, it's no good. Like, take, for example, Plaza Fan Club. Even though it's a very strong ability when active, people don't like it because it's useless during the quarter, 3/4 time that it's, well, not doing insane damage. So, this is a good change for those who share that opinion, because, again, like, it's doing well. What can I say? We don't need any help right now to clear out these rounds here. Not even DDTs. Apparently, we have enough. Someday, they'll be able to turn this wizard into an ace, as in you can reverse targeting infinite micro. That would be pretty sick, not gonna lie. Not having WOP for more DTs here might be scary, but I think we are good. We're just activating the other Phoenix. Not sure what I want to spend the 30k on right now. Probably nothing, because I just want to see how much this thing can save up. As long as I use it at the right time, and I have the ability at the right time, sky is the limit. 94 beaten, and we should have this up again for DTs on 95. Wizard Phoenix pops purples, so that's good to know that it won't be cock-blocked by them. I'll get off immediately. And how long can we last? That was scary. I used level 10 Gwen. Don't forget, Gwen is giving 20% extra attack speed now and everything. And one Wizard Phoenix did not hold. Frick it, let's do one more Phoenix. Why not? So that we have just more backup. When you already have mostly DPS, you probably shouldn't be going for more DPS, but I feel like it, so leave me be. Again, I have an extra Phoenix. One extra Phoenix. I think that is going to make a big difference. Right? One more to be super safe. Super safe. Attaboy. 95 cleared. I guess I should be paying attention to the DPS here, because this thing is doing, like, 2,000 to 3,000 just with the Flame Breath alone, on top of the Perma Phoenix, which I'm not sure how much of that's adding, but it's probably helping a little bit. Okay, definitely Phoenix here. I saw some overlap. I'm already seeing the extra DOT damage. Remember, it's 10 now instead of, how much is it? 1 before? It's like ticking those cerams down so quickly, but I think I still might die. Come on. I got it up. I got Wizard Phoenix up. I had no idea how I survived that, because I swear everything was overlapping at the same time. So I think this clears it. First try. But I think it's off for 99. Bad news. Let's see what happens. It's pretty close, though. May Moab cost me $10,000. Is that enough, possibly? Let's see. I think it is. Except that one ceramic. Alright, hear me out here. How about Spike Storm? I don't know if I get the ability in time, but it might buy me enough time, just with the spikes being dropped in the field alone. With outbuff, come on. Please. Fine, I'll give in. We'll do both. That'll cost me a pretty penny, but it is what it is. It should work because Mayhem buys me time for Spike Storm, right? Now? It doesn't... We don't have it for now around 100, but that's not a big deal because I'll have Wizard Phoenix coming up. And this should finally do it, right? Well, let's see. The only bad thing is that my triple D breath is on the other side of the map, so it's not gonna do much. Except for the very ending. And I don't know, Wizard Phoenix is great group damage, but look at its main DPS. It's not even at 1,000. So it's good, but I don't think it's good enough. I still think I need more. Luckily, we have a Spike Storm coming up again, which I'll use now. And I'm probably dead to, DDTs, yeah. Alright, let's just take the easy way out. First strike. This'll put us down to a very sad amount of money. But let's just get that completion. And surprised that Wizard Phoenix did 1.25 million. I mean, I guess most of the towers... There weren't really many other strong towers that would help do the damage, so it makes sense. But even then still, I thought Gwendolin would do more than 180k, but not really. She was just really there with support. 338k on this guy, 144 on the other one. And yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the wizard changes? I, for one, I like it. It's not the kind of buff like Pop and all that makes my head explode, but it's definitely a fun buff. That's all I can really say. I remember seeing another Pac-Man map recently. I wasn't too overly impressed with it. I think this one is a better recreation though, because they actually added the coins, whatchamacallit, and the actual Pac-Man. And it's actually playable on chimps, I believe. And you see, there's like 5 different lanes. Where can you even place towers? I think it's just secret spots at the black space. Just looking around, yep. I guess it's hard for a Pac-Man map to actually have, you know, reasonable tower placements, but that is hell, that's for sure. I'm not actually going to go through all 100 rounds of this, but just for science, for experimental reasons, let me at least try to beat the first round, because I don't think it's possible, but I think I need 3 darts. First off, I want one at the exit. I want one at the entrance. I guess I'd want the other one also at the exit. Sure. Does this work? Yes. And I think we can finally beat round 6. Damn, that was close. I just realized you can change hero, so probably Stada. If it fits, would beat round 6. And now I'm dead next round. Oh, I'm testing. It doesn't even work. They stopped the easy round 6 cheese. Wait. I'm pretty sure this doesn't beat everything. Nope. Stada leaks just a slight bit of the top left corner. Yep, I'm giving up on the first round, but good map though. Somebody made a drawing of the Appalachian Mountains. Pretty. Again, like, if you had to look at this from afar, it would legit look like a painting. But no, these are BTD6 assets. Let's see, the balloons go behind the mountain. Damn, through the forest. And then back out this trail. So there's even some sort of gameplay element to this. Although I feel like the tower placements are a bit, I don't know, shoehorned in. Where you can place a tower. Yeah, you can place it somewhere, like, behind the forest here, too. But very nice, and we even see, like, the, horizon. Whether, either sunset or sunrise. Yeah, again, one of those maps that's nice and aesthetic. One of those maps that probably get really close to the prop limit. Like, look at the amount of props that are the tiniest trees ever, all together combined to make a nice painting. This is the same guy that made the Kraken map. Somehow they've been able to make quantity and quality. Cause this is like the 5th map I've seen from them that's like, damn. You got a giant sword on a hill, kind of like Ravine. Unfortunately, you can't remove the sword. Nothing too much gameplay-wise though, just single A map. I think probably advanced difficulty, if I had to name it. Let's just do a quick casual chimps run here. So, Dart Monkey and Sniper. Alright, I think it has to be a triple dart start. Triple dart indeed. Can't start with Oben, sadly, because of the nerf. Also, yeah, you're probably wondering why I'm picking Oben, because he's probably the worst hero right now. Every other hero's gotten, like, massive buffs, but not Oben. He's kind of left out. Well, that's because I think I want to try a ninja strategy. This kind of flew under my radar first, but ninjas got a buff this update to the bottom path that I think I want to check out. It's still a Master Bomber. Actually, it's more like a rework, because the Master Bomber, their attack rate got reduced by about 2.5 for the Sticky Bomb. You know, the one that does the massive mob damage, but they tripled the damage of it. It now does 3,000, which is a buff to pretty much, well, if it's single target. Now we can actually beat BADs with ease. Also, really gonna lose to 1 red balloon. But the thing is with attack speed, like, when you're gonna do a Shinobi army around Master Bomber, right? So it's overall going to be a buff to the Master Bomber. Like, it already is for the most part. Shoot faster. There we go. That was annoying. I think if I beat this round, then I get Oben. Perfect. This map is great, too, for what I want to try out, because, again, lots of space to spam 20 Shinobis around the Master Bomber. Again, single lane maps are so easy. I think I can read I'm gonna do a discount village. Okay, maybe a little bit too greedy because around 21 is hit, but I think I can probably get some ninja upgrades here. Hang on, I actually might have been too greedy here. I can't save myself, right? I got ninja discipline, but I'm dead. Okay, that serves me right for literally trying to build a village with, like, all base towers. There we go. I used brambles. We're good. We're fine. It's okay, guys. We got this. We got this. Wait, why am I going 2-0-0? Well, it's actually no big deal because I can turn this one into a shinobi. It doesn't matter what cross path this is, although it's better if you go this because this gives the range up right now. I just gotta make sure not to double cross path this thing. Also, nice snipe open. This can actually be turned into a flash bomb. Never mind. Let me see exactly. I know it'd probably be easier if I just went for like a Jitsu Alk, but I mean, I can probably skip that if the map allows me to, right? I know it's super scuffed, but I think we're in the clear now. I'll get my flash bomb on this one, just smack dab in the center. Also, can I take a minute to analyze this map a little bit more? I see a nice little campfire setup all the way down in the ravine. You see what I did there? I didn't know there was also, or I guess I didn't look carefully enough, but this like glow, this shining light under the sword. I'd assume that's a scamp or a shadow, or there's a light source prop, right? I'm gonna be honest, ever since the update came out, I have not actually attempted to make a map in map editor. I think simply because my time, I feel like is more enjoyed playing maps, because there's so many good maps out there. So, Jitsuhu, somehow, I'm able to save up, like, to 39 with this much money. Just a flash bomb. I guess it's because of the flash bomb buff. It does shoot a little bit faster now. Or rather, not faster, sorry, but longer duration, which I guess helps clump stuff, and then thus lets Sticky Bomb, or rather Flash Bomb, do more damage. I think this round, that Brambles was bad. Okay, let me see if I can budget the following. If I do one Shinobi, I can still get a Sticky Bomb at the end of the round, right? If I don't get Sticky Bomb, I'm backing out. I'm backing out. I think the money is right on point there, though. Nice. So Sticky, and then I'll double Bramble to beat the Srams inside. Don't choke, don't choke, don't choke. Ah, Blue Balloon. What if I just double Bramble? Do you think there's enough mob damage in there? And then offer Shinobis. Nah, that too late. I'll give in to the Balloon Jitsu, because I guess if I'm going 20 Shinobis, you might as well get stuff in the middle. I think I showed in previously that, you know, like 20x Shinobi buff, even just Jitsus are pretty insane. So just one Jitsu, not even Alk. Or should I do Alk? No, we're good. I'll beat it easily. How many Shinobi should I stop at before going for Master Bomb? I think right now is good. 9 stacks should probably carry me to 43,000, along with Oben's abilities. I think after this wave, I can get the Master Bomber. Actually, let me just collect money. Nope, not full. Not full enough, but there it is. Master Bomber does better damage against balloons too, so should, I think, just be a free Chimps win. That's why I think I'll probably go past 100 for this run. Because honestly, like, Shinobi armies are capable of, well, I'm pretty sure, like, the highest Chimps round run heavily relied on 20 Shinobi stack Grandmaster army. Maybe not so much Master Bomber, but that still shows the power of the Shinobi army. I'll give Ranger this one since it's missing a bit. And tier 4 Alk 2. If I remember correctly, 20 Shinobis get you like 6 times the attack speed and pierce. So even with the nerf, the main sticky is still shooting at like under a second per sticky. That basically makes it triple DPS without any downside of a nerf against a single target, because you're always going to be stickying that regardless with 20 stacks. 4 more to go. All right, 19, and this is it. I bet I could probably just beat all 100 rounds without buying anything else at this point. So that would probably leave us with, I don't know, 40, 50k left over. Let's watch Master Bomber go to work. I want to see it go to work against ZMGs. I'm pretty sure it now 2-shot ZMGs, right? Yep. Also, yes, it should be better on Strong, so you get the 3,000 damage on the ZMGs. Because, like, the 3,000 damage is wasted on a mob, obviously, since that does not have anywhere near that amount of HP. Oh, didn't they also fix the nerf that if the quote-unquote bug/buff, where if you put the Master Bomber far away enough from a balloon, it throws 2 stickies at once, or 3 of them. I think I made challenges regarding that. Yeah, that apparently got fixed, so, if that didn't get fixed, that would be crazy. Like, up to 9k damage per, like, explosion. Either way, watch 98, folks. It doesn't matter that it's charting strong and it's popping, like, it's spawning a bunch of SRAMs. Our Shinobi army with distraction and the stun can handle them easily. And if I didn't mention already, the splash radius, the explosion, also gets double damage up to 600. And here we go. I think we only need 10 stickies to pop this F-bad, or this bad. Well, less than 10 because all these Shinobis attacking. We'll pop it way faster than that. And again, easy. Alright, let's see how long this goes late game now. I think I should buy Overclock next, at least for the Master Bomber for all the balloons. Oh, hang on, whoa, 103. That was quick. This might be one of those scenarios where I put it back in first so that, like, because there's so many ZMGs, I don't want to pop all of it at once. Did I overclock the wrong thing? I did. Bruh. I overclocked the Jitsu. Alright. Alright, there we go. Overclock the Master Bomber and take a look at the difference. I think I'll just get P-Brew too. Do I just go on the ninja strategy instead? I was planning on Master Bomber to carry, but I could just get a Grandmaster plus P-Brew for that to take over. Wow. Master Bomber's rolling against DTs, guys. I think we need... I'm gonna refresh trees. But, wow. Yeah. Let's get Mob Glue too. Hang on. That is indeed camo, right? Aw. I think we were decamming some balloons with, like, the Alp buff plus Shinobi. So I got a Relentless to kind of help out. Also, Master Bomber on Strong. I guess I do have to keep changing, like, targetings. Depending on the round. If it's, like, DDTs, then Strong. If it's Clump like this, then... first. What am I saving for? I have no clue. For the flex. Maybe Ultra Boost? If we're going all in on the Master Bomber, I think Ultra Boost is a good choice. I'm getting it. Because that is true. We've already seen the power of the Jitsu plus P-Brew. Now let's give the Master Bomber time to shine. I think we gave it so much attack speed that, look, we got it perma-stunned. That is so fun to use against everything that's not bad. Yeah, I know for, like, 119, we're probably screwed. Because even though we're Ultra Boosting it, we're not getting more damage from it. I'll see what I want to do for that round. I'm no expert, but if I'm doing the math on how much attack speed the Master Bomber is getting from Ultra Boost and the 20 Shinobis, I think it's, like, close to 15. 15 times the amount. Or I got 40k to see what I want to do for this round. Oh, it's not even close. Okay, so I do enough for Grandmaster. I think I'll probably try that. Even though there is no P-Brew yet. It is needed. And I'll also Ultra Boost the Grandmaster instead, because that's the one that actually benefits from attack speeding. That's kind of close for comfort. Nope, I think it's over. Nah, not yet, not yet. Let me change my Grandmaster back to Strong. Strong. Back in first? Nope. Leaked a little bit. Let me do Glue Storm and actually... this might cause a bit of lag, but... Caltrops on some of them. Because that stacks really well with, well, damage givers like the Glue Storm. A light dosing, nothing too crazy. But now every single projectile here gets a nice +2. Does that pop earlier? Yeah, that pops way earlier. This is it. I'll keep buying some Caltrops here. Come on, pop. It might be a little bit too far, though. Oh, wait, I know it. I know the perfect tower. Ah, too late. Okay, every Shinobi here now has a Caltrops on it. This should be doable now. Doable, right? I'm gonna spawn trees again. Nice. Again, unfortunately, unintended consequence of getting all these Caltrops is the lag. It's becoming clear that no matter how many non-bads you throw at the Master Bomber, nothing will get past. Ever since we 10x Ultra Boosted, yeah, nothing has pretty much turned this bend. This is definitely a very nice strategy to just, like, sit back, relax, and speed up and let ninjas do the job. Very little micro involved, other than first or strong. This round, I remember, was really dense, so it'll take a while, but again, still not pierce capping. So, I'm gonna first test this round with the Carpet Spikes. How good is it, really? The thing is, I can't Ultra Boost it to make it any better. 15,000 damage? Oh, that's not even close. 2 abilities. Still not good enough, but it did so. Actually, 97's a lot. Let's try 5 Spike Storms. Is that better? I don't know, but we'll see each individual one. Nope, not better. Nope, 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 nope. I can Alk buff my Carpet Spikes, maybe. Nah, guys, Carpet Spikes is the best thing you possibly get. If this doesn't do it, nothing can. I think we'll actually pop it, though. 100? Oh my god, so much damage. Again, because I don't have Grandmaster, stuff like Cripple or, I don't know, Super Brittle are not gonna work. There's just simply not enough projectiles with the Grandmaster. So one last try for real. But again, 140 is just too tough of a cookie that the Master Bomber struggles mightily against. GG. 19, pretty much 20 million out of the 22. So these changes to Gwendolin in the recent update might look innocent at first, but from what I see, it's actually a very, very, very powerful buff. So to go over everything, level 6 Gwendolin's main attack DOT damage, that is the, you know, fire / damage over time effect, increased from 1 to 2, and level 9 increased from 1 to 4. But here's where level 10 gets interesting. The damage increases by 1 per additional level, which means by round or level 20. Her DOT is now basically 15 on those ceramics, and as you see, here she is at dealing 999 super ceramics at once. Before the update, she would struggle badly, but right now she's holding the line. And now to truly see her power, we're gonna jump over to the 1 hero test to see if she can beat round 92, which is the round she died to last time. In fact, I just redid this not long ago, so I quite vividly remember how this went, and yeah, 92 was just an absolute nightmare, but let me show you the difference now against these fortified Moabs. This is the part where I believe she died to, and again, because the DOT effect is what's strong, I think it's probably smart to just, again, change targeting so that the fire lands at as much random things as possible. So you see those fortified cerams here? Look how quickly they're popping. We only have to damage them once with Gwendolin, and just like that, they are gone. I'll use a quick fire here. Unfortunately, I am trolling a little bit, so forgive me for my bad micro and bad gameplay, but we are going to beat this Ceramcom here, despite me playing poorly, which should go to show you the difference that it makes. I lied. We tied to the last 2 cerams. Okay, this time I'm not trolling, and we beat it pretty easily, so yay. Now we just gotta beat these 4 ZMGs, and we have a new highest 1 hero round. Yeah, this isn't a freebie either, because the thing is, I gotta time, heat up is very, very, very important, or rather the level 10 ability, Firestorm. So I gotta make sure every ceram here gets on fire. Actually, it's actually looking doable. There's only a couple of BPs up there, right? 4? Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. Oh crap, we popped all of them at once, of course. Of course we had to. If I remember, there's a good sweet spot. So right in the middle here, allows the fire to tick on both the Moabs and the cerams, just like that. 9-2 is done. And now for them DDTs, I will just use the cocktail. And we're good. And just like last round, I shall try to time level 10 ability, if I needed that is, or when there's the most fortified cerams on the field that I know I cannot beat, but I think we're good. Again, the fire buff basically allows Gwen to only probably need to attack the F-cerams like 2 or 3 times in order to one-shot them, rather than before where the DOT was negligible. Gwen probably had to fire on it like 20 plus times to beat it, which thus made rounds like, well, 92 impossible. Okay, so Firestorm up again for here, but I gotta, again, break down those Moabs before using the ability. Now? Probably a bit too late, right? No, we're good, but I don't think we can beat this part here. Unfortunately, it's looking like it might be game. If not here, then definitely to the last 3 ZMGs. Yeah, alright, we'll give this, like, 1 or 2 more attempts, but it's looking pretty bleak. Well, I guess this time what I'm doing differently is I'm using just every ability off cooldown, so ZMGs do be popping earlier. I will use another Firestorm here, even if I may not have needed it. Unfortunately, though, still dead. Yep, I don't think this is possible, sadly. So only 2 rounds, but the thing is, again, because the 90s are a beast, the 2-round difference means a lot more than you think. And now for our real game test. We're just gonna see if Gwendolin as our main DPS, how good is that really? Try the map fire range, because the thing is, I want to pick a map that, like, allowed the hero to attack the entrance and, like, exit code. So if I just put Gwen where the removable building is, she would pretty much be able to set everything on fire at the same time, so sounds good to me. It would be quite the flex if we could survive to Gwendolin, like, in the middle 15 here, with only these towers, on top of spending the 1k to remove the host this early, but I think I need to drop 1 more tower here, right? Or make $20, pick one, Come on. Got her. And I think we survived. Nice. Again, the earlier we get her, the faster she'll level to level 20 and thus do far more DPS. So no, this won't exactly be a too many pops challenge, but we'll see how much pops she'll get if we just give her all the buffs. So I'll start off with an Alchemist. I want to try to save the cocktail for round 24, just for the camos, so we don't need to get any of that right now. There we go, easy. So now it is time for level 6 Gwendolin and, you know, the patented double discount village, because I have so much money at this point that I think I'm fine these rounds. Fine to get away with just Gwendolin. In fact, yeah, the cocktail is insane for this map because, again, it just can cover pretty much, I don't know about all 3 lanes, but at least 2 of them, which is already pretty good in its own right. I think before going for double discount, I'll just do the Alchemist, just to be sure we're safe here, you know? And you see the DOT effect turns that green into a red, into nothing. So it basically has, yeah, 4 extra damage after the balloon is hit. So doing the math, that just means Gwendolin only needs to hit a pink balloon once in order for this to work. And also, I don't have camo, so I'll just go ahead and get a 3-0-0. Perhaps I shouldn't have gone so ham in the discount villages that I probably could have gone to 2-0 and not waste money, because I probably lose a little more money at this point. Spending money in this thing when I'm going to get double discount anyways. But yeah, there it is, double discount. Hopefully, I didn't go too ham in discounts that I die to round 36 here. Because the thing is, Gwendolin is still really weak at this point of the game. It's level 8 where she gets the 2 Blast Fire, which, well, basically doubles her DPS. So let me see. I'll get some help here. Unsubmerge a sub, for Christ's sake. Just gotta hold the line till level 8 comes in, that's all. And actually, I could probably just do a stronger stim too. That'll make Gwen even beefier. But yeah, look at this. Just hit the rainbows, and already, look at the damage go. I think we probably have to restart, because I don't want to use the ability here for round 39, because I need it for round 40. I think it's actually good to put Gwendolin on strong in this case, just to get them the DT and the rainbows earlier, and thus less balloons to deal with. Yeah, lovely. And now for the mob here, we unsubmerge a sub. I, again, don't want to use the cocktail until the last minute, although I think I might have to. Come on. Nope, that's a little bit too late, I think. Oh, I forgot. I have enough money for jungle drums. That should probably be enough in that case. Is that right? Actually, maybe I'll use fire now, because I'm pretty sure it still is up by the time it gets to the cerams here. Yeah, beautiful. That was perfect. And again, now we got level 8 Gwendolin, so all we need is... actually, crap, we need camo popping, or camo purple popping, I just realized. Well, I guess what I could do is I could just go for this now, and then this could still, like, unsubmerge it, and then that dart alone can probably deal with the camo purps. Yeah, just take a look over here, yep. I think the sub can get most if all the camo purps, nice. And yeah, she's level 9 now, so that means 4 damage time, which equals 8, if, again, I believe the Bernie ticks twice. That is nuts, because it only takes, like, 1 shot of rainbow, and it's gonna be gone. Like, look at that. Is this even legal, guys? You just look at the cerams, too. They're already pretty much popping all the way down to nothing. Not even need for cocktail. The only thing stopping at this point, it seems, is Moabs, because I guess there's not enough DOT at this point in the game. I have o'clock now, though, so should be enough DPS now. Yep, back to the good old days of Update 2.0, when Gwendolin was the best of the 4 OG heroes. That was certainly a moment in time. And now to compliment Gwendolin, I feel like I want to go for an Ice Tower. Turn it to absolute 0. Again, the longer I give time for Gwendolin to put Bernie on stuff, the better it is, which absolute 0 is perfect for. We'll just start with a Snowstorm and get to work. So here's level 10 Gwendolin. Now the damage over time is, I believe, 5. And yeah, it's quite fascinating they added this change because unlike, I guess, most heroes, Gwendolin will actually now be getting like a decent amount of power after just each individual level. Because I feel like, well, I think a lot of heroes just have simply this kind of stuff for their upgrades, like increased attack range for level 11. How useful is that, really? But now on top of that, you have an extra 1 DOT. So let me just, again, once Gwen stops attacking, okay, it's 5 DOT, yep, that's about correct. 5 DOT for about 2 ticks, and again, Snowstorm here. Shock clean up the insides. And yeah, look at this, 63. Look at that damage over time effect. Go into play. Level 11 means we're not doing 6 DOT, so yep. Just turn this rem screens there, and goodbye. And you say power creep 10 times fast. Honestly, in a single player game like BT6, I don't really care too much, you know, about towers being incredibly strong. So in a way, it kind of makes it more fun to see just how powerful these creatures are. I'll just freeze also right here. But yeah, frankly, it's not a competitive game, so it doesn't really matter too much if towers are broken. Unlike in Battles 2, if one tower was just a little bit too strong, then it basically ruined the game. Such, for example, the laser shock bug a while back. Meanwhile, they could probably get away with like having an insane bug like that for an entire update and only patch it, you know, a month or two later, and nobody will bat an eye because it's really only for their benefit. Unless, of course, it's like a race or a boss that abuses that bug to the max. Then we have another story, but you know what I mean. What I mean to say is overall, Ninja Kiwi is doing a good job balancing BTD6. It's just, if they did the exact same thing for Battles 2, they wouldn't get away with it. Also, what kind of supporting option should we go next? I feel like I'm at that point where, again, Gwendolin is just friggin' cracked that I can probably not spend anything for a while. Hell, maybe even get Perm Brew. I don't know if that'd be better than like a whole homeland. But I mean, Gwen does shoot really fast. You just basically gotta look at the uptime of that Alchemist icon. When it's overclocked, I see like maybe half uptime on the brew. That means Perm Brew won't be like amazing on it, but it certainly would be, well, a buff. And I guess Gwendolin here gets faster attack speed, so the more attack speed you give Gwendolin, the less percentage uptime there is on the Alch buff. So I guess if I can't afford it, yeah, sure, we'll do Perm Brew, just for the flex. I, for one, am excited to see this right here. Just one shot on this Rams, and goodbye. Now I'm really curious to see where Gwendolin ranks in terms of the other heroes, because this is, like, again, not a small buff by any means. Again, single target's still an issue, so let's take this slow here. And 80 is done. Okay, and a second thought, Perm Brew might be a dumb idea. I think we're actually kind of struggling now because, again, single target's rough, so I'm just gonna buy it, rip the Perm Brew Dream. Actually, it might still be possible, but this is definitely better priority. Because you see how slow these mobs are? That gives us so much time. So much time for Gwendolin to put in work, and 82 is now easy. Okay, suddenly we're within purchasing range of Perm Brew again, so fine. We'll do it, assuming we can survive it. Just these couple rounds a little bit longer. And yeah, there it is. Perm Brew Gwendolin. Hopefully, I do not regret this decision. I guess on the bright side, it does also Perm Brew the Ice Monkey to give it a bit more, you know, slow radius and the glue. Pierce could matter. Okay, I guess I don't regret getting Perm Brew anymore, because this is a huge difference. We already pretty much have max level Gwendolin. Level 20 doesn't really do too much in terms of that ability itself. We're only just missing 1 damage time now, but yeah. Perm Brew Gwendolin goes pretty hard on the paint. I think we can probably just top this defense off with, like, Sabos. If anything, I think DDTs probably kill me, because I can only use the Absolute Zero ability, like, 1 time. Let me just see if I need it here for the start of 95 or nah. Nah, I think I get the Bernie stuff damage and just the, in general, raw DPS of Gwen is enough. I'll just Firestorm for the funsies, and yep, no need for an Absolute Zero at all. If I had to guess, Gwendolin probably just solos the rest of the game here. Minus around 100, so I guess I'll save the money for, like, I don't know, a first strike if I need it. And time for the funnest round of them all, round 98. Let's Absolute Zero now, and let me use Firestorm. I just want to see the max amount of DPS we can get in Gwendolin at the moment. That's only about 4,000 or 5,000. It's not bad, especially since we're missing Call to Arms and a couple other buffs, but I think I can get away with it. So far, so good. Just gotta keep using Absolute Zero abilities to slow down the ZMGs. All the Fortifieds are gone at this point. And yep, easy cleanup. $41,000 to spare. This is cray-cray. I think as a test, we'll just buy Call to Arms this round just to see how much single target DPS we can get on Gwendolin. And I don't think I can't afford I can't afford, what do you call it, first strike. So I'll just do 1 Spike Storm to help out. But yeah, now let's take a look at the max single target. So Call to Arms now, let's say we're getting it about 200, 300. Looking at this, yeah, that's not really that good. Let's just use Spike Storm. That's much better. And let's just finish it off here with Call to Arms, Spike Storm to pop the lair, and Absolute Zero the moment DT show up. Unfortunately, this is not going to be enough time, right? We'll see if we can clutch it up, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna restart this. So this, Firestorm, yep. We'll just do Spike Storm earlier. Yep, this time it's going to pop before it goes to the right side of Gwendolin, so that's what you want to see. Cocktail the ZMGs. And now, just to make sure we got this in the bag, I'll use a more press. We got 1 more Call to Arms coming up, so this should be the end of it. Fire, and Firestorm. And the end. 1.865 million pumps on Gwendolin, and again, from what I could tell, she is a pretty good DPS hero now, so make sure to use her, I guess, if you want to set the world on fire. So in a long line of balance changes this update, this one is certainly one of the wackier ones. They made the top path bomb shooter knock back balloons. And no, we're not just talking about the balloon crush, we are talking about the lower tiers too. They made the really big bombs able to knock back balloons too. If you look really carefully, every time it hits, the balloon shifts back slightly. For the exact changes, here you go on the screen. Basically, the really big bombs pushes it back by 10 units exactly. And this is still inherited in the balloon impact ability, or upgrade, where it also has longer stun duration, 1 to 1.4 seconds. As if the new knockback wasn't enough, and also the balloon crush is now able to knock back mobs by half this amount as well. Looks like their reasoning for it is that we want to add something unique to balloon impact while also improving really big bombs slightly as a stepping stone, so yeah, that's what they came up with. I'm not complaining, but certainly I don't think anybody could have expected this. We're gonna try to see if we can beat Water Park Chimps, the new map, with a largely bomb shooter strategy, a largely top path bomb shooter as well. Unfortunately, this map is kind of tricky early game, so I'm going to have to do a non-bomb start. Probably need to drop another Dark Monkey figurines here, if I had to guess. Actually, let's try the following. We can probably do a double sniper start. Yep, looks a lot better to me now. So let me start with Biker first before going for the bombs. I don't want to utilize the best bomb spots immediately. I mean, placements for, like, bomb shooters, so, like, it'd probably be on the slide, and also in this nice little loop-de-loop over here. So let's drop our first bomb shooter down right over here, and now you pretty much have to go Striker, because they nerfed it, I think, a while ago, so that the balloon impact can hit black balloons. Before, it could. By the way, you kind of already saw it at the start, but yes, even though the tower doesn't have black or zero popping, you can still knock back the balloon, which is nice. But obviously, I want to do damage and pop it entirely. Now, the worst part about bomb shooter that's never changed is that the early game stepping stone is awful. Like, all tier 2 bombs, there is pretty much, I'd say, no use to it. Or at least it's one of the worst options you could possibly go for in terms of damage. So only, I think, once we get a tier 3, which is pretty expensive. You guys know I love my discounts, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with it today. Probably need to do a little bit of sniper targeting to beat this. Nope. Yeah, I can't lie, this is pretty bad. That's why I'm doing this challenge and not a black border, because it's pretty sure a black border would be annoying with the strategy. Okay, I'm half giving up here. We just went for 3 snipers instead, and that seems to be doing a little bit better. And I guess for the camo, whatever, I'll just get a 0-1-0 and be done with it all. Let's go for 2-2-0 now. And yeah, let's see if really big bombs can save us now. So, this does 3 damage, bigger radius, and again, has a knockback. So, that should hopefully hold the line a little bit. Love to go for my village now. Like, they mentioned this in their explanation, but basically, having the knockback makes it so that it clumps balloons closer together, which thus can allow the bomb shooter to maximize more of its spear. So, I'm certainly seeing a little bit of that, like, last round especially. Now, I'd love to go for a signal flare since I already have Striker Bones for the camo detection, but I am $60 short. Just lovely, so I think we'll just do a 3-0-0 sub instead. Hopefully here is fine, but yeah, we're gonna try to greed for that double discount now. You guys know it by now, double discount save balloon poppers lives, so see if I can fit another one over here. And I don't know about you, but looking good so far. Just a single really big bombs as my main DPS is holding the fort till round 40. At which point, I guess I might as well commit to the bomb shooter strategy and go for, like, just 1 Mauler. Guess I spoke too soon also. We are dying to yellows, so the rainbow's on 39. The thing is, I really don't want to use my Striker ability, because I need it to stun the balloon on round 40. And it looks like I added 1 extra 0-0-0 bomb, and that apparently was good enough. And again, for mob damage, just a 0-3-2 right here. Stun the biker ability. And nice. That stun actually made a difference over there. Otherwise, I probably would have had to wait for the Molotov and then use Biker to stun the ceramics, which I probably should have done, but it's okay. Shall we go for Balloon Impact now and see just how insane, like, this stunning ability is now? You know what? Sure, let's do it. I mean, let's just take a look at the rainbows over here, and yeah, none of them are really making it far past the single bend at all. Okay, now I probably need to get a true D camo tower. Yeah, we'll just do a Raider scan of Village and get it over with. Let's go for it. Is this a little bit out of range? Dang. That's my bad. That's okay, though. Nobody said I couldn't go for 2 top path bombs, so let's go for really big bombs here. I wonder if I should try the cross path, because I think I covered this back when that update, that change came out years ago, or maybe a year ago. But they made it so that the really big bombs, or the 302, 402, has insane frag damage. The thing is, you normally don't go for damage when you're going for, like, towers like these, but the thing is, this thing already has pretty good utility now, especially after the buff this update. So I kind of feel like trying a 402. However, I don't think I'll put it over here. I think I want one to catch balloons down at the bottom here. So let me see if I can possibly fit 3 bombs on this island while under all villages. Okay, this one only has a single discount, but I think that's good enough. We'll do a 402 over here. When I get Balloon Crush, by the way, I'm definitely gonna do a 520 for the utility. But again, just for showcase. So far, so good, it seems. I didn't even have to add any of these bombs, and I'm pretty sure the Balloon Impact alone wouldn't have been able to beat 49. And I kind of wonder, like, if I have enough utility at this point to just skip the recursive. They did buff it this update to do a little more pierce, but I think we can bypass that and beat 63, 76, the dense ram rounds with just stunning and knockback. At least personally, I think that would be pretty cool. Anyways, you see, I probably need a second mob at this point. So let's get working on that. Right above the first one. Gotta say, looking good so far. Up until 61. I probably should upgrade this one to Balloon Impact now. Yeah, sure. I think we'll do a 420 attack speed for this one. And ultimately, I think I'm gonna choose this one's turn to Balloon Crush, just because this one has the double village instead of this one, which only has one of them. But yeah, hardest part of this challenge, unsurprisingly, is going to be trying to save up 60,000 for the Balloon Crush. Tier 63, by the way. Again, proof I don't need recursive. The Pierce isn't super high on the really big bombs. I think it's like 50 or something like that. But it looks like it is enough. And again, you gotta love that stun. Look at how the balloons aren't moving at all here. It's only when there's like too many balloons Pierce cap hits. But as long as there's not too many balloons on the screen, then all of them will just get stuck on each other. The way it's looking right now, I definitely still need more mold damage, so okay. Let's do a third one over here. Let's use the biker ability to save that part so I don't have to restart. Let's do P-Training too, or P-Mentoring for more range. And yeah, even though this map is pretty simple, I actually kind of like how this map plays out, because it's not required that you use infinite range strategies. As you see, after we got through the early game, these bomb shooters are holding the fort. Got a good location for limited range towers here. And it's just kind of aesthetically pleasing seeing the balloons go down this water slide. Who's with me here? Up to $34,000 right now. That's crazy. Oh, that is so close to working, but I think I need to get another Mauler, or should I go for another Balloon Impact, you think? Nah, you know what? I'll do another Mauler. I think 4 Maulers can... one of them on first, too, because I need to target this F-Mob here. Because they are... the balloons are prioritizing the BFB over those. I think I probably should have moved one of these guys down here, because, yeah, you see how far it's going? Certainly could use one to just clip this left loop, because right now it's just the... it's the one with no attack speed that I unfortunately don't have a stun on. So that's close. Okay, we'll just do 5 Maulers and be done with this round. And here's 76, Riga Farm? Or nah. No, we got Grow Blocker, we're good. So again, pretty much proof that you do not need any recursives. Not to mention, recursive clusters kind of fall off late game, because there's not as much Pierce to go around, but these guys here, they will become useful because, you know, they don't quite have unlimited Pierce, so that means it's gonna be able to stun pretty much all the Rams that end up leaking by. This round is... oh, that was incredibly close. I'm just gonna Biker stun that. 10k to go for Balloon Crush. I know, kind of nutty that this defense can make it this long, but yeah, that's the power of buffs. 80 is done. And here's what I mean. See the Super Rams? Just easily taken care of. If anything, I probably need to go for another Mauler. Yeah, lacking mold damage. Maybe 6 is a lucky number for Maulers. Yep, beats 81. And how about 82? Yeah, I feel like even rounds are easy to deal with because we have Maulers getting head start on this loop, and also a giant loop for the balloons to be able to get stunned. And thankfully for us, I think the hardest rounds are the even rounds. But it doesn't matter. Once you get Balloon Crush, I think we beat like the rest of the game. We win. Minus like the bads, but you know, I can just get Immobilim, and there it is. We've got a bomb strategy that works very simply, off the fly. Didn't really need to do much pre-planning, but I think we should cruise along for an easy win now. And now you can see how the Balloon Crush works in the real game. Basically able to keep everything outside the range even. Pretty crazy synergy, I gotta admit. Again, clumping balloons together so that the bomb shooters maximize more of their pierce. I know Balloon Crush kind of would have already done that already because it pretty much perma-stuns, again, anything before round 100 because there was not enough balloons for it to pierce cap. I think I've noticed, I think in the one bomb tower run, yeah, it starts to around round 103 where there's like 500 mobs in a single round. But we didn't get any of that before round 100. That's why I set it to round 120. Because I kind of had a feeling this buff would be pretty nutty. And, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Shall we go for the Elim right now? Which one should it be? I'd say this one. It has enough range to reach low enough, I think. Plus, we can also go for P expertise for even more range. And faster cooldowns, too. Yeah, it's just so satisfying now. Like, even consider the recent Elim change where they made it so that you can soak through layers. That means you can, like, reduce the pierce for the Balloon Crush just by one-shotting ZMGs, so there's another synergy right there. Yeah, what can I say? Bomb Shooter's just really fun to play now. Let's, sleepwalk past round 98 here. I will just literally do nothing but press the 3 button. I'm not even using a Striker Stun because I don't think we need to. And, yep. There it is. Round 98 has gone gonzo. If you want to take a look at pop count, again, I told you guys that this Frag Bomb Balloon Packs does pretty good damage. It's only 150. It's only 90 compared to the 150. Even though this one is more upfront and does more damage. But yeah, I even have enough money now to go for a P expertise to make round 100 even simpler. I'll just spam the ability now. And one more to end off round 100. Alright, time to see if we can make 20 more rounds. So I was worried about 103 here, but yeah, there's like a bunch of F-mobs on top of a bunch of fortified. So let's see if the Balloon Crush gets pierce capped. Yep, there's a little bit of pierce cap right there, but I think having this thing helps a little bit. Oh, crap. There comes Cerams leaking. Okay, there we go. Finally, a round we die too. I'm just gonna add an extra impact this round. Also, because there's no more space for ice towers, maybe I'll pre-place an R2 window over here just ahead of time. Because this is part of the patch notes too. But if the balloon is frozen, it also knocks it back. So this would help for the, you know, the very hard odd rounds. And this is where Balloon Crush comes in handy. Look at that. Oh my god. It got pierce capped earlier, so these UMGs moved way forward, but now that the pierce is, you know, gone, right back to the entrance you go. And that matters a lot, because if I pop them over here, I don't know if I'd have enough time to beat the rest. So this is insane. The new meta has arrived, folks. I'm half joking here, because obviously one game doesn't show everything, but still pretty fun. I'm not sure what I want to do with the pierce issues at the moment, but I will just get a Relentless Glue. That one also now stuns mobs too, upon pop, so we got stuns everywhere. And also, I can use, like, Biker's level 20 ability if I feel like I'm getting pierce capped. Let's see. That only doubles damage, though, not pierce. I used it anyways. Am I dead? We're good, we're good, we're good. Right, it also... Actually, never mind, it does double the amount of pierce. I forgot. Well, it's basically like a mini homeland at home, so... That's cool. Maybe on that note, I should go for a Called Arms, because, yeah. Like, that's the only way to increase the pierce any more than I currently have. Either that, or go for an Alk, but there's no space anymore on this map. Surprisingly, these rounds aren't as trivial as I thought, but I guess that just shows you the brutality of 101 to 120, because you saw how much easier the 90s were compared to this. I actually could have bought Called Arms like 5 rounds ago, but I am still beating these rounds. I'm still holding off. 55k to spare. I can almost buy myself a second Balloon Crush if the game allowed me to. But I think I gotta focus on how to beat the 3 bads. Because I actually don't think a Homeland would be enough. And, yeah, I can only use the reset ability cooldown once for the Biker level 20. So, let me just hold on to the cash, see if we can make it all the way to 119 without having to spend on anything else. It might just be that 103, 104 were one of the dentist rounds. And, like, these rounds just have more fortifieds. Like, let's see here. There are 10 fortified UMGs, but looks like we're not getting pierce cap by Balloon Crush, so we can just simply perma-stud it, and it is done. 117, easy. 118, also easy. Yep, just a casual $75,000 into 119. Let me just see how close I am to beating this. I'd wager that because it's the odd round, I am probably going to lose because I can't move. I could probably move my Blink Rush over there for this round, but yeah, I need mob damage badly. Okay, let's just start with the following D. 7 assassins with an elim to boot. Let's reset the ability now, and then combo with Called Arms to massively increase the damage you're doing to bads. How's that looking? Well, we popped down the first one like really, really quickly. Yep, I'm gonna have to move this thing down here. These F-Bats sure got hands, don't they? Okay, there's 2 out of 3, but there's just no damage on this one. Yeah, it's close, but I think I needed one more striker ability reset. All we got is pop it though, and you see, Balloon Crush can just move it back to the front, but nope. Okay, kind of silly, but what if we try 3 first strikes? This has to work because, conveniently, we landed at a very nice number. So come on, first one has been popped. Number 2 has been popped, and I think if I get the cooldown for the 3 first strikes, at the end of this, then there's a chance. Oh man, it is so close. This will do 30,000 damage, like, straight up. Come on. Go. 1, 2, and 3. Come on. Okay, I think if I move the Blue Crush position, that can work. Also, I'm actually spending my money this time on, not keeping it on 6969 with 2 assassins, and I think that is looking a lot better. Come on, I'll even move it down here, come on. And 3 first strikes now. Got it. Is there enough Pierce, though? Please. Oh my god, Cerams. Alright, one more time here. Got it stunned. Striker stun. And let's get double damage, double Pierce down now. Come on. Looking good. We got everything blow back. Assassins. And now we just have a couple Cerams left. And we did it. By the skin of our teeth, guys, we made it past 119. Now we just have to put this thing back in, Chinook range. Over the back where all this is, and yeah. 120 rounds, has been beaten. And it's a good thing I didn't spend any money there, because I needed all of 75,000 in order to beat that round. Kinda crazy. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the Bomb Shooter Showcase. That was a lot of fun to play out. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on this wild, wild buff down below. Thank you for watching.